Oh, baby, baby, baby. I'm very happy right now. Welcome back to Strongman Personal Finance. We got some breaking news. Meat Stroker Kevin is officially shutting down his PP ETF, which was a complete and utter disaster and one of the biggest mistakes he ever made as a professional grifter. If you are a stock market scammer, you never let your investments be transparent and readily available to the public, because the public will be able to see how much of a garbage trader and investor you actually are. But if you hide and manipulate your investments, guess what? You can lie and deceive. And Meet Kevin figured that out. So he's got to shut down old PP. Let's react to this video. He's got his child here.
Oh, feel sympathy for me. Oh, you're mad at me, but look at my kid. Wow.
Well, it's official. My PP is closing. It's shriveling up. It's shutting down. In this video, I'm going to tell you about my experience creating the first ever YouTuber-led exchange-traded fund, the ups, the downs, how much money I lost doing it, and yeah, we'll talk performance.
This is exciting. I kind of feel like I'm in a little bit of a dream world right now. It's just like surreal. I mean, look at all this crazy stuff around here.
You know, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime thing here, just being inside this building. There's a lot of history right here.
I remember when this first happened. So this is Meet Kevin at the launch of his PP ETF. And he has this on like the intros of his vehicles. He's like celebrating and showing the world how successful he is because he launched an ETF. This proves that in the finance industry, you can be a total con man, clown, and incompetent investor. But as long as you have the money to pay the fees to list an ETF, you too can go on the New York Stock Exchange and hammer the gavel and charge outrageous fees and massively underperform the market. Oh, look at me. I'm on the New York Stock Exchange. I'm making it in the life, bro. I'm winning at life. And it only lasted like, what, 2 years? What a freaking joke.
In the blink of an eye, because you just can't believe that you're actually there.
The fact that a YouTuber has now gotten to the level that we're here because of his ETF.
I mean, you know, people work here their whole lives in the
This is a disaster. This makes YouTubers look like freaking clowns. The first ever YouTuber ETF has a massive underperformance and basically gets delisted. Yeah. Wow. I'm so proud. Please, Jeremy, please launch an ETF. I'm begging you. We need to see your performance with a publicly traded ETF. Not your little grift portfolio, but different story, different con man.
city and never go into that building and step foot on that floor. It was a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Kevin, if you're watching this right now, you absolutely crushed it.
We are inside the New York Stock Exchange, and I'm giving you an exclusive behind-the-scenes tour of what it's like to be on the trading floor during the closing bell ringing.
This is so exciting and such an honor coming to you from the New York Stock Exchange.
But first, I want you to...
Okay, so he scammed a bunch of people, sold a bunch of courses, and then used the money to list an ETF, which massively underperformed the market and is getting delisted after, what, less than 2 years.
Meet Summer. Hey, Summer! This is Summer. This is our miracle baby. She had a 50% chance of surviving last February, which means you're now one. There's so many lights here. She's getting a little nervous in here. Hey, are you actually happy? No, you happy. Anyway.
Oh, I'm so touched and heartwarmed, Kevin. I forgive you for being a freaking con man now.
This is Summer. You can play with that if you want. She's beautiful. I love her a lot. And she's well, she's technically a triplet, but she's also an identical twin. So we'll see. Maybe we'll bring in her identical towards the end of the video, depending on how she handles, if you will. Oh, okay. You're gonna... All right. Anyway, let's get into...
Summer, please take a dump in his lap. Please.
The video, while Summer does Summer things. So first, I want to start with why. Why did I want to make an ETF? Frankly, it's because I didn't want to launch a meme coin. I really wanted to create something that would last and had a legacy. You know, not something that was like some pump and dump. In fact, you can't even pump and dump an ETF. Like, just so you know, an ETF is just a basket of stocks you pick, and the value of that ETF is defined by the value of the underlying stocks, right?
Wah, wah, wah. So in the last year, we've been through a raging bull. Even boring VT has had pretty decent returns. This thing is down 2.7% in the last year in the middle of a raging bull market. Talk about utter disaster. But hey, at least he didn't launch a meme coin. But I'm sure that's going to come at some point in the future. We're so proud of you, Kevin. I'm honored to be a fellow finance YouTuber.
So it's like if you're 10% Apple and Apple goes up 10%, your ETF goes up 1%, right? Because it's part of this pie. So there's no like pumping and dumping an ETF. You can't rug pull an ETF. It's the most legit thing you could do. I got like 7 different licenses, FINRA licenses, financial advisory licenses, a lot. So yeah, I mean, that means I'm actually a licensed financial advisor. And I really want.
I used to be one. That's not impressive. It's easy. I studied for a month and a half, took the Series 7 and got like a 94 on it or something. And I don't know. I think it's like 99 or 100 and some max. It's freaking easy. It's basic finance. What's an option? What's a put? What's a call? What's a stock? Yeah, that's how you get to become a financial advisor. So you can be a disgusting salesman.
Wanted to do and create a product that was great because ETFs have this really cool thing where not only are they transparent, actively managed, so you could send emails like, hey, here are the buy and sell alerts, kind of like ARK Invest does, right? But you can also go ring the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, which I invited course members to come join us and ring the bell at the Stock Exchange. This was before I had little babies. I've got 7 now, 7 kids.
See, if you grift and scam, you could afford 7 children. His genetics get to live on through 7 children because he stole money from people through basically fraud, portraying himself as a good investor when you can clearly see he's garbage and he gets to have 7 kids. Can I afford 7 kids? Not yet. I got to grift harder. I got to launch my own ETF. It's going to be 99% VT and 1%, I don't know, Bitcoin. Oh, it's different. It's not the world market. It's also got Bitcoins. I'm a stock picker, bro. What a freaking joke.
I wanted to provide a service the right way and not only provide these sort of transparent emails, but also take advantage of the tax benefits. Yeah, she heard tax benefits. It gets excited right away. You like that? What is that, tax benefits?
Then why were you charging like 0.75 expense ratio? That's an outrageous fee. You can get the world market for 0.06. You can get VTI for 0.03. Fidelity has free index funds, and you're charging what? Something like 0.75 or something like that? Outrageously high fees for garbage performance. You basically enriched yourself off the clowns buying into your ETF.
The tax benefits of an ETF are actually pretty cool because you can kind of 1031 exchange stocks just like you can 1031 exchange real estate. The problem is they're really cost prohibitive. But I was okay with that, so like there were a lot of upsides and there were really cool things we got to do. And it was cool having, if you typed in Meet Kevin into a stock brokerage, it's like, oh, there's the Meet Kevin pricing power ETF, ticker PP, it was great.
So it doesn't matter if you massively underperform the market. As long as you grift and have enough money to buy the right to have an ETF, that's a symbol of success. Apparently. Just lots of money, bro. Doesn't matter how you got it. But you have an ETF, you type in your stupid name, Meat Thruster. People see your garbage performance, and they admire you because you're so freaking amazing, Kevin. Wow.
But then came the downsides. She's eating my calculator. Are you ready to go? No? Do you want to stay, or should I bring your sister or your brother? Anyway, so the downsides. Number 1, I lost money. A lot. I would guess I'm probably down the whole like advisory, plan and biz and the ETF thing. Yeah, somewhere around $1 million. And that's because even.
Oh my God, the amount of money these people incinerate. God, you give me $1 million and I'm retired. You give me $1 million right now, I'm retired. This clown burns $1 million on a stupid ETF that doesn't make it 2 freaking years. This world is unjust. I deserve them. Give me the money. Super chat me thousands of dollars now. What a freaking joke. Oh, I just lost $1 million, but I can lose $1 million because I'm rich, because I sell courses about how to win stock, invest well, and be a good investor. And then I have a publicly traded ETF that massively underperforms the market. And then I shut it down because it's an embarrassment and it tarnishes my brand so I can hide my incompetence. I know what you're doing, Kevin. And then you got your child there. Oh, I should bring my kids. Oh, look at my kids. But do my tax. Let me do your taxes, bro. Look at my kids. My daughter's crying. She's crying because you won't let me do your taxes, bro. Are you a bad person?
though we were charging 77 basis points, which, it's a decent amount for an actively managed ETF. It's the average is somewhere around 75. Some charge 1%, some charge 1.25% or whatever.
Like I said, VTI 0.03 and VT 0.06. Yeah, keep that in mind. So that's like what? Over 11 times more expensive? Okay, good job, Kevin.
But it's not as cheap as just an index fund, right? Yeah. The problem is, I don't really get any of that. And I was okay with that. I was okay subsidizing it because I'm like, I think we can long-term create something great here. But, all the bankers, the suits, the lawyers, they all get their hands in the cookie jar, and basically you're left feeding the kitty. So almost every month,
Oh, that was the lawyers and bankers' fault. Good. I hope they grifted you, man. I hope they grifted you, boy. You get to see what it's like to be grifted. The grifter gets grifted. Love it.
we're paying them, lawyers and whatever, their fees. And you're like, all right, I hope I'm doing a good service here for people. But it wasn't just that. Ooh, guess what? This is Violet. This is Summer's twin. Hi, Violet. Yeah, you always get a little bit more nervous around strange things. Anyway, so after just the fact that it costs money, if it was just that, it was okay. I'm happy to keep contributing because I thought we were building something great. The problem is there's a second downside, and that's the stress of performing. And don't get me wrong, we had our ups and downs. There are definitely
You sell courses on how to build wealth. Moron.
cases of having a publicly run fund where it's sort of like, okay, yeah, you kind of have to evaluate, does it make sense to go through all of sort of the publicity that comes with it? Because you think it's good, but every single time you buy or sell a stock, somebody's like, well, why'd you do that? Why'd you do it that way? Well, why'd you do it that way? Or why didn't you do more or whatever? And sometimes the answer is, frankly, regulation. So it's like not actually up to me. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. So on screen here, you could see the Meet Kevin Pricing Power ETF at its peak. I think we had somewhere around $45 to $50 million of assets under management. ETFs are usually viable starting at like 40 to 50 mil. And there were some months where we were actually like positive, like we were getting money back after all the money that has gone into this, in like launching this, it's a lot. Like we said, probably somewhere around $1 million into the whole advisory side. It's wild. That's like net L, right? So I don't recommend it if you're trying to make money. But again, I was trying to do, have like a legacy product, right? So what you can see is we actually, with the exception of like the first 2 weeks of when we launched, this is frankly when Tesla like tanked. We were pretty Tesla heavy. We started out at like, I think 19% Tesla, and eventually we got up to 25% Tesla. I'll talk more about that in just a sec. But you can see we actually outperformed the S&P 500 for most of the 18 months. I'd almost say with the exception.
Oh, wow. You beat the S&P for 18 months. You sound like every other freaking airhead that thinks they're a genius. But in the long run, it always catches up to you. And if you were doing so good, bro, why'd you stop? It's just a temporary downturn. You're a good investor. You got to stick to it, Kevin. And you can see towards the end, his performance tanked. Why? Because he tried to time the market. I think there's going to be a crash, so I'm going to triple leverage short Bitcoin. And he got freaking wrecked. Treasuries.
Exception of those 2 weeks here, all of the first 18 months, until right over here, the turning point in September. Unfortunately, when Jerome Powell in September cut rates 50 basis points, I'm like, this is it. The moment interest rates sensitives will do well. Apparently.
That shows the depth of his knowledge. The guy that's charging you thousands of dollars for courses? Yeah. Jerome, okay, it's a 1 + 1 = 2. Jerome Powell cuts basis point rates, so interest rate sensitive things just go up. It's common sense. The sun comes up, the sun goes down. It's not that easy. You see how it's hard to predict the future? Geniuses. Look what happened to Kevin. Wrecked. Lost $1 million, probably more. He's probably underestimating his losses.
Apparently, interest rates just decided to go up after we cut rates 100 basis points, which is only similar to what happened in the dot-com bubble. Of course, we're definitely not in a bubble right now. But anyway.
Well, Kevin, I agree with you. So why don't you hold out? Why are you getting rid of it now? Okay, you underperformed for a year. Maybe you're right. But after 1 year, he couldn't take the pain. I've been buying VT for like, 12 years now? 13 years? And I'm taking it up the rear end. Negative total return, supposedly. Underperforming inflation, supposedly. But I'm holding strong because I'm not a little bussy like you.
There was some mispositioning here. We'll talk about why in just a moment, but let's just put it this way. The public stress that goes with this is insane. And if you're losing money on the actual fund, and when it's performing well, nobody cares. Like, it's not like people are sending you letters going, yay, thanks so much, it's doing so well. Nobody cares. Except when it's underperforming.
Yeah, you actually get fees. Who gives a crap if nobody's rewarding you? If your fund does well, all the clowns start to buy it because they buy stuff that goes up a lot, because that's what most people do, and you make more money. I'd be happy with that. You don't have to congratulate me. Just give me your money. Cha-ching! But then you saw your grift collapsing. You couldn't hide your performance like every other freaking grifter does. They all do it. They're all frauds. And they laugh at VT, which pisses me off because my portfolio is public. Everybody can see my portfolio, and I get positive real returns, and I get laughed at. But grifters like this get 2 million subscribers, lose millions of dollars a year, massively underperform, and they get rewarded financially for it. Welcome to frickin' clown world. Grr!
Then everybody cares, and you're the idiot, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
so yes, this period of time over here was an oopsie. We'll explain more in just a moment on that. But these are serious downsides, right? So it's very, very expensive. The stress of performing is max. In addition to that, it robs you of other things that you could be doing that make money. Like, for example, you could make more YouTube videos, or you could focus more on house hack.
House hack doesn't make money. I haven't seen the recent financials. Maybe it somehow does. Probably unaudited. But yes, what makes you money is YouTube and your courses, you little clown. Everything else that you do that you pretend like you're good at is freaking garbage. This is perfect evidence of that. What a freaking joke and a con.
House hack, by the way, that is going to be my true legacy product. Because, well, it's kicking butt, it's positive cash flow. We've got,
Show me the financials.
$60 million roughly in assets. The company's probably worth somewhere around $100 million. It's a
Show me the financials.
fantastic company. And we're doing really well. We basically doged it. We have an extremely efficient company now. We cut every expense that we possibly could just to make the company run as efficiently as possible. And now we're kind of sitting on a pile of cash, and we're like, all right, let's do our ADUs. Let's do our business expansion plans for,
I love how he's shilling his house hack. I suck at investing. I am awful. And I get jittery, and I sell, and I panic sell, and I panic buy, and I think I'm smarter than the market. I'm just complete garbage. Proof in the pudding, PP ETF. Oh, trust me, bro, house hack's doing good. I wish house hack was publicly traded. I would love to see the numbers. Because I guarantee you it ain't doing as good as he's saying it is. Trust me, bro.
more real estate acquisitions. That's what we do. And then we also pay investors 5%. Right now, just accredited, but side note, we did file for the non-accredited round, and we hope we could start talking about the non-accredited.
Oh, now he's shilling his convertible bonds. I suck at investing. Give me money. Let me borrow money and pay you 5%, basically what a treasury is. And if you look at the after-tax yield, I bet you a treasury gives a better yield. But no, me, Kevin, gets financing for 5%. Seriously? His interest rate should be 15% on his bonds. Then I'd maybe think about giving him $1, okay? But probably not. I got better things to do, like, I don't know, buy more toilet paper to wipe my you-know-what.
Raise, where basically you get 5% yield. If the stock goes up, you get upside. You don't have to be accredited, and the company's real estate backed. Obviously, a lot more details on this. This video is not a solicitation because, we don't have the Reg A ready to.
Because real estate never goes wrong, bro. It's backed by real estate. Real estate verticalized forever, bro.
Go right now. We only have the accredited that's in the background, and we'll probably close that and then open up the Reg A. And they're a little bit different anyway. But point is, House Hack is a great company, and I think I make good YouTube videos. So we got a great company, House Hack, and I think I make good YouTube videos. I could do more of these two things, both of which make money and provide value for the people who watch my content or the people who invest into House Hack, provide a return for them. So why not do more of that? and double down on what's working rather than try to spin all of these different plates and kind of like.
Here's an idea, Kevin. Just focus on YouTube and course sales. You'll make a lot of freaking money. I promise you that. Everything else, you're going to lose money on. Guaranteed. This is freaking proof of it. Focus, Kevin. Talk about stimmy checks. Talk about how Trump farted yesterday. That's where the money's made. Everybody freaking knows it.
Lose my mind. And a little bit, that's sort of what's happened. And so this aligns with not only why I was absent over the last, frankly, 4 days here, but it aligns with a course announcement that I made. Although I wasn't expecting to get or to have to make this video today. I'll explain that in just a moment as well. Thanks. Anyway.
Now he's shilling his courses. Buy my finance money making course, bro. Oh, God, you can't make this up. You can't make this up.
Okay, more on that in just a moment. But I actually just made this big announcement, and I thought you would see it too because it really aligns with this announcement. And so this is like, if you're looking for an entrepreneurial lesson in this is a good one to pay attention to. You ready for this? All right. Here it is. So, hey everyone, me Kevin here. I listen to your feedback. You may not know, but I pay attention to the problems and I value your feedback. The hard part is action, and that's what happens now.
Okay, is this an advertisement? What is this? Okay, let's fast forward a little bit because he's just, this whole video is him just shilling his other grifts that you can't see. You don't have a public vision of it. The one time he has something that is publicly visible, he massively underperforms, and he's getting rid of it. But trust him, buy his other things because they're doing really well.
About this ETF. And there are a few things to know. The most popular ETFs today are just called thematic ETFs. So they're kind of like, oh yeah, 2x leverage Tesla or yield producing Tesla, whatever. Like active portfolio management isn't that popular in active ETFs because it's much more interesting to do like 2x MicroStrategy. And those ETFs do a lot better. They get a lot more money and they actually make money, even though they're not like helping someone with a portfolio.
Well, they maybe make money in the short term. We'll see about the long run.
They give you what they promise, I suppose, some sort of leveraged return or a specific strategy or theme. But if you're going to make your own active ETF, you're probably going to hire an ETF company to help you put it all together. It's kind of like hiring a real estate agent to get escrow and title and all the lawyers and bankers and everyone involved. The problem is you're stuck with problems that come with that. You're stuck with delays in order execution, disputes over rules, and unnecessary complications. Couple examples. Legit happened. It really pissed me off. You put in an order at $840 to sell a stock. They don't end up putting it through until it's $790. I'm like, bro, what the hell?
Is this just like coping? It does. Okay, maybe there's some inconveniences. I believe that's true. That doesn't excuse you having negative performance during a raging bull market. No excuse. You could have just closet indexed like Joseph Carlson. You would have been fine. But instead you do your stupid little day trading. Oh, rates are getting cut. So rates, it's so easy, bro. And you got freaking wrecked. What a clown. I'm still gonna launch an ETF if I can. Oh, I'm gonna grift 2% expense ratio for VT, 99% VT, 1% Bitcoin. Yeah, baby.
Stuff like that drove me nuts. Another example. The premise of the ETF was that it was going to be heavy Tesla. And so I purposely kept buying when when Tesla was falling, so that way we would use more of our cash and increase our exposure to Tesla. Well, then Tesla started running, and I get an email from the company, and they're like, oh, Tesla's not allowed to be more than 25%. And I'm like, bullshit. I created this ETF because I read the rule. It's right here. Here's the IRC market appreciation test.
It's their fault I didn't go heavy into Tesla.
Yeah, this is the Tesla guy that was all in at like 400. So, technically he would have been up. Okay? He would have been up, I guess. But he's right. The whole purpose was this is a pricing power ETF. It's for companies that have good pricing power. And now he's in bonds, freaking short Bitcoin. What happened to pricing power, you clown? This guy, he's horrible. He's garbage at investing. Please, if you defend him, I don't know what to say. Oh, everybody makes mistakes. Jeremy lost to 20 companies that went bankrupt, but everybody makes mistakes, so just keep buying his course, bro. Yeah, but VT, I don't know, doesn't beat SPY. Oh, you're garbage, strong man. You're stupid. This guy has negative returns. Kevin, you're so amazing. Unbelievable.
Test. If the stock goes up because of market appreciation, you don't have to be under 25%. In other words, if you're at 25%, it could, as a non-diversified ETF, blah, 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 you don't need to know all that stuff. Basically, if it market appreciates over 25%, it's okay, and because nobody's going to force you to sell it. But I got forced to sell it anyway. So it's sort of like...
But you could have kept it at 25%, and you did not. Because you probably panic sold when Tesla went down. Sell when it goes down, buy when it goes up. You still could have kept it at 25%. You didn't have to sell your entire position or whatever you probably sold all of it. Clown. What a stupid excuse.
Like, we went from being a number 1 or number 2 Tesla exposure ETF to being forced to sort of rebrand, which is really annoying because then you have to kind of re-strategize. But when...
Such a lie. You were not forced to rebrand. You could have kept Tesla at a pretty significant portion. And you did it because you're a day trading clown and you suck.
You re-strategize, you could make a mistake. And unfortunately, that's partly what happened. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm saying, like, it sucks. Like, the circumstances of what happened sucks. And it's frustrating because some of those things are out of my control. Imagine you hitting the sell button and then, you're relying on somebody else.
You're right, Kevin, and this was actually not your fault at all. Okay, you had to sell Tesla and you had to buy a triple short Bitcoin ETF. You just had to do it. It's the regulations' fault, bro. It's not Kevin's fault. Come on, man. Look at this slimy expression.
Else, and then they're out for lunch and they don't see your email until way late. Or imagine, your stock, like, I don't know, you buy Palantir and then it's running and then somebody calls you and says you have to sell it. And you're like, no, like the run is just getting started. Sorry, bro. It's like, that's bullcrap. So all of a sudden, this didn't actually feel like it was my ETF anymore. It was actually just somebody else's ETF. And I was just sort of like
oh yeah, somebody took control of it, bro. That's the reason it underperformed.
Marketing face of it. And I'm like, well, this is bullcrap because you're just making me look bad. And in doing so, I'm not fulfilling the mission of what our goal was for people. So this was very, very frustrating. What's also very frustrating is yesterday I made the decision to pack up the PP, which honestly came hard. Like, I kind of think it's fun to talk about PP, but it's just going to have to live on as a memory, I suppose. And it'll be a good memory. It's a good experience. It's a life experience. I learned a lot.
See, the whole grifter. Oh, I learned, bro. I'm gonna charge for courses, but I learned. I'm gonna do your taxes and just totally mess everything up. But hey, I learned a lesson. Oh no, I'm not giving you your money back. Oh, thanks for the money, bro. Yeah, imagine if I did that. I'd be in freaking jail or something.
But compliance is not necessarily where you want to live your life. Put it that way. But yeah, I mean, so I made this decision yesterday, and then with 2 hours notice today, I get a heads up that, oh, well, by the way, we're going to post a notice, and I didn't see the email until all of a sudden I started getting messages of people like, PP's closing, why didn't you tell us? And I'm like, bro, y'all seriously didn't email me and say hey, let's work together on posting a YouTube video or posting a press release or explaining what's happening. Instead, you just, okay, we filed it.
What a disaster, dude. He can't even properly coordinate the closure of PP. What a disaster. And you trust this man? Him paying you 5% interest for convertible debt on a freaking real estate company you don't really see what's going on under the hood? Come on, people.
Again, it's fine. Let bygones be bygones. Move on. I'm not mentioning anybody by name here. It's just frustrating. There are things that are frustrating, and it's just because I think, frankly, you're dealing with a lot of, and this is no shade on bankers and lawyers, but I don't know. There's obviously some kind of major disconnect between how a fund manager wants to operate and then bankers and lawyers who need their fees. Sorry, I'm just frustrated because I was really excited about this, and that's why I was willing to sink 7 figures into this challenge. And I don't want to come across as saying it's someone else's fault. I blame myself. But I will.
Yeah, you spent the whole video blaming everybody else but yourself, clown.
I'll say I learned a lot. I know when to trust the system, when not to trust the system. I learned a lot about how it works, where the problems are, where the upsides are, where the downsides are. So if anybody ever needed a consulting on what to do and what not to do, I feel like I spent $1 million on the best Wall Street education you could get. And I'll tell you, I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know because it's so.
Yeah, you only lost $1 million, life-changing money. I don't know if it was worth it. I just lost $1 million and probably more. He's probably underestimated. Maybe it was worth it. I learned a lesson, bro. Oh, yeah, that you can't day trade and beat the market. Wow. You didn't know that, Kevin? Wow. Where's your course, bro?
Frustrating. So, anyway. So, this has been tough. But the good news is, it's also been very emotionally stressful for us. But it's led me to post fewer videos, and it's been sadly, it's become a distraction. But now what we're doing instead is we're going to go deep on what we know we are good at. That is YouTube, value for our course members, and through that, we will raise money for HouseHack, and we will make HouseHack the best real estate company that exists. We're just going to keep grinding.
God, what a freaking grifter. I'm done watching this freaking garbage. All right, let's do some comments. Wow, we almost have 200 viewers. Is this a record for me? Book a free tax consultation with me. I am a certified public accountant. Talk to me for free. I'll give you an upfront quote, and I will prepare your business and or personal taxes for the 2024. Trust this CPA. And if I make a mistake, I'll freaking own it. I won't blame the software, bro. The software was the reason I screwed up your taxes, bro. Book a free consultation. Talk to me for free. Upfront quote. Hawk-to-ah! Make grifting great again. Drew, dropping the tendies today. How has the SEC not investigated this? Because in modern America, we are the grift capital of the world. You can do whatever you want. You can steal. You can defraud people. Doesn't matter, bro. Especially under this new administration. You can do whatever you want. Meat Stroker Coin. Yeah, but hey, guys, he launched PP and it was a failure. But hey, at least he didn't launch a meme coin. What a great guy. Let's see. At least he's spending his money on raising good people, hopefully, rather than flying a private jet around polluting. Oh, no, he's flying a private jet, baby. He's grifted everybody. Oh, my God. You need to do a video on why NASA sucks. Oh, dude, I've done like 5. But you know what, Drew? You've given enough super chats. Maybe I will cover NASA again. I'm going to be 8 minutes behind, but I'm watching. No way this is... Oh, it's real, Cole. It is real. The deal is real. CPA, you're broke. Yeah, see, exactly. Kevin has infinitely more wealthy than I am. I offer a legitimate good and a service. I do freaking taxes. I'm a certified public accountant, licensed in the state of Virginia, multiple years of tax preparation experience. And do people go with me? No! I bet you pay Kevin to do your freaking taxes. But my tax course, bro. Wow! And then he messes it up. Oh, I learned a lesson. WTF is wrong with Meet Kevin. F-face, synthetic personality. Dude, he's just like a soulless, money-grubbing grifter. Total, pure freaking evil. Oh, boy. Let's see. So many comments, Jesus. Any good ones? Me, Kevin, touch my PP. The most childish freaking joke. Imagine how much money he would have if he only did his grift courses. Hey, dude, Kevin, if you're watching this, only do YouTube and sell your courses and put the money into an index fund and you will be insanely wealthy. Stop with the nonsense. HouseHack will fail. Guaranteed. He can't take the pressure. He had a year or year and a half of bad performance, and he freaking tapped out. A year and a half. That's it. He couldn't take it. What do you think is going to happen if HouseHack gets into trouble? He'll tap out on that too, guaranteed. I do need to launch an ETF. What am I doing? Let's see. When's your new book? I am writing a book about my experiences in Afghanistan, but it's going to take a couple months, especially during tax season. All right, I can't do all these freaking comments. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe. Do you think Kevin made the right decision? Do you trust Kevin with your money now? Do you think he knows how to beat the market? Because why would you pay Kevin any money when he can't even outperform the index? Why would you give him a single cent when you could just buy a frickin' index fund, pay an astronomically lower expense ratio, and do pretty freaking good? But instead, you want to pay him to trade options, all the other freaking nonsense that you do. Anyway, like, subscribe, book a free tax consultation. Let me do your 2024 taxes.
I'll do my best not to mess it up. Oh, and if I do, I'm sorry.
And have a wonderful night. Cheers.